Hello, everybody. Wild Chevy here. You guys are watching the Atomic Salt Live Show, and I'm joined by Rocket Yeti. Hello, Rocket Yeti.
Good evening, everyone. And wow, Chevy, you are awfully peppy for a man who's flown halfway across the country today and not gotten a lot of sleep over the weekend.
I am sleep deprived. I am energy starved. I'm a little manic, and it's going to be a fun show tonight.
I think we've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about
So let's start off like we always do. Casey, what have you played this week, modeled this week, or done this week?
this week's been a really busy week for me. We're getting ready for Feast of Blades, so we had a practice game with my partner and a couple of the other guys who are going on our group. It went well. It went really well. I think we've got a few tweaks that we need to make, but maybe one game, maybe two more games that we're going to be ready and set. Modeling wise, I can barely feel my fingertips. I've been magnetizing all of my space wheels. I've been drilling so many holes that my four fingers and thumbs are throbbing. But just a few more and I'll be done. So, Terminators, I've got their based, legs are done, torsos are done, heads are on. Same with the Grey Hunters, legs are on, torsos, head, backpacks. I'm kit bashing together a Rune Priest because GW has been out of stock of theirs for forever. And then I'm also doing a modification to the Wolf Lord that came in the Stormwolf box because he sucks. And I can build a better Wolf Lord for less points. So that's what I've been up to. What have you been up to?
You've been tearing into the Stormwolf Codex. Have you actually played it yet? What are your thoughts so far on list building?
Yeah, I've played a couple of games with them now, so I am very, very happy with what the Space Force can bring to the table. I still stand by the idea that Space Wolves are your best generalists that you can get in the game. If you're going to play a powered armored list, I think Space Wolves will take just about anybody. Because they can do vanilla codex about as well as any of the other chapters can. They may not be quite as shooty as some of the other ones, but they make up for that with a lot of the combi weapons they can bring to the table. And then on top of that, the whole army has counterattack. So they can shoot as well as any other Marine, and they can hit harder. So, and also I think they've got a better flyer on top of that. Their flyer can hold more than the Storm Raven. It's just as tough as the Storm Raven. Yeah, all the way around, I am very, very happy with not only how the Wolf Codex looks and reads, but how it plays on the table. And I think in terms of what you're going to be seeing, I think it's going to come down to one of two things. Thunderwolf Cavalry are incredibly dangerous, and they're a lot more point efficient in this new edition. So I think we're going to see, at least initially, we're going to see a lot of Thunderwolves because they're very easy to spam. They're kind of straightforward to play. But I think, personally, I think the big winner in this codex is going to be the Rune Priest. So for less than 100, for less than 100 points, you get a Mastery Level 2 Psyker. The Space Wolves Psyker powers are not much to write home about, but he has access to Divination, he has access to Biomancy, and he has access to Telepathy. So he's got access, and then of course Demonology. So he's got access to all the powers that you want him to have access to. He's cheap, and you can make him Master Level 2. He comes with a rune weapon automatically. And then for 2 points more you can do him a Psychic Hood. So the rune weapon gives him Adamantium Will, and if you're careful about, you don't see a lot of Master Level 2 Psychers out there. Most people are spamming level 1s. So if he's denying the Witch against a Master Level 1, he's denying the Witch on a 4+. So maybe not as potent as they were before at shutting down Psychers, but I think he's probably one of the best anti-Psychers still in the game. So I think you're going to be seeing a lot of improvements combined with Thunderbolts.
Now, have they released anything new this past week for Spice Schools?
Uh, we've seen Skyclaws, which are their version of assault marines with jetpacks. They've released their long things pack, their version of Devastators. And we've also gotten the new supplement, which is like Legion of Heroes, whatever. Basically their dedication to Logan Grim. So a few new formations for that. So again, some solid ones. I don't think anybody's going to complain about those, but nothing huge. However, they have released something else new. We'll get to that in a few minutes, but let's talk about what you did this week.
I haven't really done much this week.
No, just
No,
kind of sat around the house, said screw you gaming.
no. I went to Gen Con.
Oh, what's that?
Just a little convention in Indianapolis. They call it Best 4 Days of Gaming.
Best 4 days of gaming. I've never heard of it.
Yes, in fact, yeah, I have just got back like 4 hours ago. So yeah, it's been a wild past couple days.
Okay, everybody. Well, sit back, crack open a cold one, and if you're on the chat, feel free to ask us some questions because we're going to talk about Gen Con for a while.
Now, do you want my experience at Gen Con, or do you want the whole Gen Con overview?
You know what? How about let's do your experience because everybody else is going to be doing the Gen Con overview. All the highlights are going to be out there. So let's hear about what you did, what you saw, who you talked to, what cosplayers you took out. On a date, I mean.
We're gonna call this Wild Chevy's Trip of the Lucky.
Yes.
From Wednesday, we flew out Wednesday or we got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and
Who is we?
I went with the Geek Garage guys. It was kind of like our big summer trip. We all went out, uh, pretty much just to enjoy ourselves. We were on the same flight. We got out there pretty good. When we got to the hotel, we stayed at the Embassy. The Embassy Suites there in Indianapolis. It's probably like a 5 minute walk from the convention.
Okay. So how many of you were there?
4 in total.
Okay. So you guys like all split one room, sleeping on the floor.
That's the original plan. The room we booked had one bed, had the 2 beds in the one bedroom, and then a sleeper couch in the other room. When we got there, I walked up to the concierge. She's typing in her computer, and then she had a puzzled look on her face, and she had to make a phone call. And at that time, the other 3 guys, they're like, "Oh crap!" And then they kind of went off to kind of just collect themselves to what the worst is going to happen.
You worked your charm on it, didn't you?
Something like that. So I get the keys to the room and all that. I go back to the guys and like, so what's up? What's going on? Like, how much do you guys love me? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, just follow me. So we went up to the elevator, hit the top floor, took us all the way up to to one of the suites.
Nice.
Because of an overbooking issue, there was a lot of overbooking this year at Gen Con because the housing system was kind of goofed up. They bumped us up to one of the suites, so we had two full bedrooms, an office space, a kitchen, and a living room.
Holy cow. Why did I not go with you this year? Oh.
And so that was Wednesday night. So yeah, everybody was all excited. And in Embassy Suites, I gotta say, this is like the best place to stay. Free
Hmm.
breakfast in the morning, and it's a real breakfast. I mean, you can get a omelet made to order. They have eggs, bacon, potatoes, grits. I mean, real wholesome food to supply you because conventions are long and tiring.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And
walking.
then in the afternoon, from 5 to 7:30, social hour, 2 free drinks.
Hey, can't beat that.
So so yeah, go spend money, go relax, and they opened up all the areas. You could play all night long in the lobby.
Really, at the Embassy Suites.
Yep,
Wow.
very gamer
Nice.
friendly. Let's see. Then Thursday. Thursday was the longest day of my life. um, for press, you have the option to go on the press hour. So doors open 10 o'clock for everybody. Press hour is you go in with the VIGs, the very important gamers, an hour early. But then you have to, for press people, you have to get there 2 hours earlier than that to sign in.
Okay, so let's just be clear. You were there on the press pass, correct?
I was on a press pass and then also a regular pass as well because
Okay.
you get press passes later than normal people, but you need a normal pass to get into anything.
Okay. And so, who were you there doing press for?
I was there filming for Beast of War and then also this channel as well.
Warren, Lloyd, Justin. We all love you guys. Mwah.
Don and Gianna were there. Uh, great group of people to talk to. Let's see. So met up with them, those two ladies Thursday at the press line, and it's Gen Con. Most conventions, you're going to be waiting in line. There's always a line out the front doors. In the exhibit hall, just full of people. It's a mass of people. If you have space issues, not a good place for you. And so Thursday, did a lot of filming, talked to a lot of people, got to see a lot of stuff. I picked up Operation Ice Storm. There was only 300 copies there at Gen Con.
Wow. So
Oh,
you must have you went straight there then, huh?
pretty much. As soon as so press hour, it's very quiet, nonchalant. It's kind of cool, as in like temperature wise. You're walking in there, everybody's doing their thing, setting up and all that, and then they don't even make an announcement when the doors open. But it sounds like a freight train.
It's just a tidal wave of people, huh?
Yes, it's just like a tidal wave of noise. And I'm like, okay, talk to people. I'm gonna go over to the Infinity booth. And was it packed? It got packed so full of people that there was 4 lines converging. Luckily, good friend of the show, Dormicon, Brian, he does a lot of. This is the guy you read on Bell of Lost Souls. He does the dirt. He's
Okay.
very keen on Infinity stuff, and he volunteers with the Infinity people every year. This
Okay. He's one of the
guy is a
warlords.
champ. Yes, he is a champ. He was able to manage the people in line. He took cash money from them so people can just get through quicker. He orchestrated everything, and I was able to get my copy of Operation Ice Storm and Penthesilea and the Neo Terrabolt. So yeah, they said they got 300 copies. They had 30 left on Friday. So that
Yeah, and
tells you how.
actually, according to Carlos, the Neoterran Bolt Cosplay Edition actually sold out within the first 3 hours. So I don't know about the rest of them, but it definitely sounds like they were hopping over there.
They didn't sell any Infinity at their booth as far as product. War Store was right next to them. That's who did a lot of the Infinity stuff.
Okay.
There's only three. There is only a handful of items there at the Infinity booth, but it was enough. I got to meet Angel and his lovely girlfriend, and this guy is like the sweetest person to talk to. He enjoys just talking about his painting, and he's got a book coming out 2015, the Angel from A to Z book.
So it is going to be a book then, because we've seen it, and there's a little bit of question over if there's going to be a book or a DVD.
It'll be a book, 120 pages, and I happened to be at his seminar for Friday. It'll be up
Oh,
here on the channel. So
I've heard he is an excellent teacher.
I learned a lot of stuff in just a little bit of time. I didn't get to go to any of his master classes; those were sold out. But this was just as great.
Outstanding. Were you able to meet Tabitha Lyons?
Thursday she wasn't there; she flew in on Friday. Um, but yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff Thursday, buying a lot of stuff. I've got this whole loot box right here that I'll be taking photos later to show everybody.
Can you give us a couple of previews? So, other than Infinity stuff, was there a couple of things that stand out?
Let's see. Got Infinity. I got the Blighted Bather from Frontier Press. Those were sold out and then came back in stock. I broke down, bought some Forge World stuff.
What Forge World stuff did you pick up?
I got Typhus before he goes crazy.
Mm.
And then I got a Sicarian battle tank because they look cool.
Okay.
And that one's actually getting mailed to me. Let's see, what else? There's a lot of stuff here. Check back later, guys, on the page. Links down below. You'll see a lot of it posted here coming this week. Let's see. Lastly, on Thursday, I did a War Machine Speed Machine event. This is a 25 point, very small game. Only 40 minutes total for both players. I went 2-0 for wins. Made it to the last table, and ended up getting third place.
No way! Congratulations.
Yes.
That's incredible.
And while there were,
So are we going to get like a detailed? Obviously, not right now, but are we going to get a detailed breakdown of your list that you brought and that tournament?
I could. I didn't get any pictures, so, but I will do kind of like a bat rep style article.
That would be great.
And this goes off to the lucky part of Wild Chevy's weekend. They had, so a few weeks ago we saw Radagast, the new Circle Warcaster. This guy with the billowing cape, rocks flying everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Real cool looking sculpt. They are all sold out of them. And then at the end of the Speed Machine, they're like, all right, time for random prizes. Alan, here you go. Got a thing of Radagast.
Oh, the Saints were smiling on you, my friend.
And it didn't even stay in my possession for an hour. Because when I got back to the hotel, one of the guys, he's like, I will do anything to get that from you. So that was Thursday.
All right.
See. Friday, did the Angel seminar. Did some just.
Okay, so were you actually painting during this seminar? Sorry. Were you actually painting during this seminar? Or?
This wasn't a master class. This is just a seminar style. So Angel went and talked about his book, showed us step-by-step photos on how to paint Operation Ice Storm. So,
Were these real step by steps or Angel's step by steps?
uh, yeah, just like his Facebook page, you
Okay.
uh, you'll be like, okay, you paint the red, you do the primer, you paint the red color, you paint a little highlight, you paint a little highlight, and then it's done. Easy as that.
Yeah. All right. So after the seminar.
Just filmed some more stuff, a lot of B reel. Um, then spent the afternoon with the Privateer Press guys, looking at their few seminars. One was on the art of Privateer Press, all the stuff they have, print, all in the print works. Very cool stuff to kind of see the background of everything. And then they also had one for their new uh, the, the the Horde side of the role playing game, which will be coming out next year, 2015. And then so Friday I had this planned up meeting with Meg Maples. She was one of the studio painters for Privateer Press. She's
Mm-hmm.
she's been a year out going being solo. Originally, I planned to do an afternoon interview with her, but Friday night was the deadline for painting entries. So I took my stuff down there. The guys took their stuff down there, and then she was going to do her stuff, and then we would all meet up later on. So we met up afterwards. We went out for drinks. This lady is amazing to talk to. Got a lot of good tips. Her boyfriend, Mark Sully, not Russian, Australian painter. This guy does some amazing work. You'll find that you can see him on Putty and Paint. But we spent all Friday up until like uh, very like midnight time to just talk with her. Got a good little interview with her. She's just amazing to talk to, and it's an experience I don't think I could have ever gotten anywhere else.
Outstanding. Well, I'm glad you guys had a great time. All right. So Saturday.
Saturday. Saturday we went and I did the Infinity seminar. This is a 2 hour long seminar. Took up a lot of footage, and we talked. Carlos Bostria, talked about third edition, what we're going to see in the future. A lot of new units coming out. Combine's got a new faction coming out. One new alien version that nobody's seen before. And then we also Evil Toha.
Oh man, some of the concept art I've been looking at, and those guys look sweet.
There was a lot of new stuff. Personally, for me, Hawk Islam. There's a new assassin. It's going to be a Link Team group. Uh, yeah. A Yanasari with a HMG. I mean, the Yanasaris are uh, very sleek looking guys in their power armor.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine this guy just sitting like this, just, one arm out in a clenched fist, the other one holding an HMG, just pointed downfield with a belt feed. It looks amazing.
Oh, that sounds great. The
And
Janissaries, for those of you who aren't familiar, are heavy infantry, and they are a bear to deal with.
and even worse now because they changed the movement for heavy infantry units. They're 4-4 now in 3rd edition.
Why? Why me? Why?
Uh, and the thing that's gonna, as soon as it comes out, I don't care where I can get it, I will get it. New Magbari Guard. This is the tag for Hawk Islam. The one they have now looks like from Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost. Yeah.
This one now looks like a scorpion.
Oh.
It's got the same body, kind of. Almost has like little claws in the front. Instead of wheels, the legs have tracks on them, and
Yeah.
it's got this tail coming out the back that has, you can do missiles or machine guns.
Okay, so it looks similar to the left Probots.
Kind of, but bigger. Much
Okay,
bigger.
nice. Oh gosh, the original one is like what, 5 pounds or something?
Yeah, and it doesn't come with a base, so hopefully this one will.
All right,
But
we'll
just
get.
a lot of stuff. Gotta see the new dog faces for Ariadna. They look impressive. They're going to be two unit box, just like the Nomad tags. So
Okay,
you'll have two soldiers and then two dog faces.
all right.
And yeah, guys, wait for it. It'll be out soon. As soon as we're done here, I'll upload it and all the good stuff.
Did they give us any kind of hints on when we would be seeing third edition?
He said it'll be out this year, and by that he says the year ends December 31st, so he's got until then. In true Bostria style, yes.
And with Astoria, you never know. I mean, he could literally mean December 31st, or it could be next week. He's a cagey one.
And let's see, that was Saturday. My buddy. So at the end of the day, we went over to the painting competition. I didn't win anything, but I did get a lot of good feedback to help my painting out.
Mm-hmm.
But for Privateer Press, both my buddies got bronze coins for their paintings. And then over at the MHE painting area, the Gen Con painting area, my one friend, he got a 3rd place apprenticeship award
Wow.
for. So he was fun to deal with the rest of the night. He was on cloud 9.
I bet he was.
And then after that, we had the Beast of War meetup, which was really fun. I got to meet Red Ben and a few other people from the site. And yeah, then I
How many
woke
people
up. We had 6 people. Yeah, then done. Fun. And when I say you can't do everything, I really mean it. These last 3 days or 4 or whatever went by fast, and you just even like going through the vendor hall. I mean, you can either look at people or look at the booths. You can't do both. And every time I walked in there, I saw something new. I'm like, I swear I walked past this 100 times. I never saw this. If you're into board games, you'll never be able to do demos. To do all the demos. It is just like row after row after row of new board games. Some are old, so a lot of them are new. If you're in the card games, there's a lot of card game stuff there. And then they have Hall D. Hall D is right next. So last year, um, the Hall D area was a lot bigger, and then they sectioned off some of that for the vendor area, but the vendor area is still sold out. So we'll see how next year is, because if they sold out, if they added space and it's still sold out, they're gonna have to go bigger and bigger. But Hall D, you can play anything you want, but as long as you have a general ticket, 24 hours. It was a massive people. The D&D areas were all sold out. You had to get on the waiting list and hope that nobody showed up. It was just people, people, people.
So were you able to actually get any demo games in of anything?
I got a few here and there. The Rise of the Kage from GCT Studios, the guys who do Bushido.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a really fun game. Mr. Justin from Secret Weapon Miniatures. He has a few new games.
Yes, he does.
Black
One
Sheep.
of them on a Kickstarter.
Yeah, Black Sheep. He kickstarted it, but didn't pull that out from Kickstarter. He has it there. Very fun game to play. He's got the new game up on Kickstarter right now. This is the guy that wrote Angry Bunny. I believe that's the. He's the same creator.
Yep, and the artist is a good friend of mine.
Nice.
So we might try to talk to him.
Yeah, get a hold of him. And then he's got another game coming out soon called Skid Marks. This is it's real hard to explain it, but it was. When you look at it, it looks like somebody playing Chutes and Ladders with cars, but it's because they had very raw concept of the board game. Like all the cards were handwritten, but it was fun to play. It was like you pick it up fast, and it's just enjoyable.
So Secret Weapon is really getting more into the publishing end of things, not just producing paints and washes.
Mr. Justin's a real nice guy. He and people kind of look up to him, but if he sees something he really likes, he'll help back it and help push it forward.
Yeah, he's a class act guy, a staple of our industry.
And there was a lot of stuff. Some of it, I can't even think of it all.
Okay, so the least interesting part for me, I know it's your favorite part. Could you participate on this with cosplay? So,
Cosplayers.
Yep.
Right?
Is there a lot of cosplaying that happens at Gen Con? I mean, I don't think that actually gets much coverage when people talk about it.
Yes, there is. There was a lot of anime styles cosplayers. I saw a lot of Harley Quinns. There a lot of booths had cosplayers. Weird had I got a few photos of them. A few of their main characters, all people cosplay. They had Lady Justice, who's blind, carries a sword.
Weird would be more terrifying than anything else.
They had the big scary teddy bear. But that poor
I'm not
guy
gonna have nightmares for that.
That poor guy almost passed out because of the heat. I did see Tabitha Lyons Friday and Saturday.
Did her outfit look better in person than it's been represented in pictures?
Yes, it was real well done. It lit up. Poor girl though, because she says it's all built out of foam, so it was very hot. She'll pose for you and all that, but I saw her sitting down, drinking water a lot too.
Hey, it's hard work doing that. You know, it's an already hot hall. It's a hot costume. Everybody's up in her face and wants to talk to her, so that's actually got to be a really tough job.
Real nice girl to talk to.
Lovely accent.
Yeah.
Hmm. You take over to the social hour.
No.
Oh, come on, Alan. You're killing me.
I'm not pressing my luck that far.
If ever there was a trip to press your luck, this was it. We we could have put like a little earbud in you, and I could have just done the talking for you. I've seen this happen in a million movies. It never goes wrong.
It's because you fall asleep midway through. Uh, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cosplayers, some professionals, a lot of amateur, and but it's cosplay. Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of stuff you don't want to see, but
Yeah,
I
for
mean, those
every
those people are putting it out there literally. But hey, I mean, props to them for showing the initiative, the gusto to. I mean, it's somebody they care. I mean, it's just like painting miniatures. It's you put a lot of time and effort into something, and I mean, some people will comment about how bad it is, but a lot of people think it's cool.
yeah, for those of you who don't realize, who've never been to like a big con before, for every picture of amazing cosplay, there's probably about 5 or 6 really horrible cosplay. And I'm not just talking about like a non-attractive person. I'm just talking about bad. So, but a couple other people we haven't talked about. Have you seen anything? Did you swing by Ninja Division?
Yes, they had their booth. Ninja, so I got a few Ninja stars.
Oh, nice.
So that was kind of a hint to a new game coming out soon. So the chibi style of Super Dungeon Explorer, but a ninja style game. So we'll be
Interesting.
hopefully seeing that soon. Um, they shared their booth. So Ninja Division and Cypher Studios, who do Eldorado and Anima Tactics, are one combined company, Ninja Division.
Hmm.
So they were sharing the booth, but they also had uh, Drop Zone Commander guys, Hawk Studios.
Oh, great. They had a lot. They've been showing off a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah, and I got to talk with the guy from Hawk Studios. I said, "Hey, where's the ship? I really want to see the ship." But it's not finished yet. He did have a very tall PHR walker.
Okay. Yeah, we've seen that one.
That's not the 30 mil boutique line. I mean, this thing was big,
Oh. Hmm.
just 3D printed, and it looks amazing. Also broke down and
Battle
got
Foam. Oh. Oh man, there's no excuse now. I've got to start getting that starter box broken open now, don't I?
yep,
That's the
good deal.
that's the new
The
plastic
plastic,
kit, correct?
yes, that's why I got it. I'm like, it's a great deal.
So were you able to stop by the guys at Battlefront?
Yeah, Battle Foam shares their booth with Outlaw Miniatures, which is Wild West Exodus, and then also Infinity.
Hmm.
Romeo wasn't there this year because um, if Romeo is there, Gemma's at home. Gemma was here, so Romeo's at home taking care of the dogs.
Hmm.
But I did get to talk with Kit Parcells.
Yeah. See, he's a nice guy in person.
Oh yeah, great guy, real energetic.
Okay. And then finally, did you stop by Soda Pop?
Soda Pop is Ninja Division.
Okay. Sorry. I
So
was
yes,
thinking, yeah, sorry. I was thinking Cool Mini.
you were thinking Marie Claude.
I've been hinting around, hoping you would talk about how you took her out for a night on the town, showed her, about how American men do it. And, come on, dude. This is like what? Is this your second or third year?
Third
She
year.
knows you. She knows
Still,
you.
still not going to happen.
It needs to happen. Alan, you two are meant for each other.
And yes, to answer your question, yes, I did go to Cool Mini. They had a big booth this year, a lot of stuff. They had the Rivet Wars,
Mhm.
their tanks, life size. I mean, these things were huge, and then they had some of their guys dressed up in the Access cosplay. You could actually go and stand up in the tank, shoot one of the little grease guns, and
Were they showing off Arcadia Quest?
yeah, they had a Rob Hopkins board. Oh, and I want to see Rob Hopkins at a convention just to talk to him. If you guys don't know, he does these amazing boards for different companies. Go check out his blog, Rob Hawkins, I think at blogspot.com. But yeah, they had Arcadia Quest. It looks like a real fun game. Got a few demos of that.
All right. On MegaCon games, were you able to stop by them at all?
Yes, they had an odd booth this year. They had two booth space, but they were separated by an aisle or one of the major walkways. So you'd
Hmm.
go to one side to do the demos, and then you'd cross along the way to buy stuff.
Okay.
But
Were you able to?
they had their their spaceship game. They were doing demos of that. They had all the stuff for Myth. Well, all the stuff they could sell. Second wave hasn't come yet, and then they also have an RPG coming out.
Would this be set in the same world as their
I
as
believe Myth.
Mercs or Myth?
Uh, I think I believe she said it was under Mercs because Myth is
I'm
already
interested.
an RPG.
Yeah, Myth is kind of sort of. I'll call it that. But Mercs now they have me interested. So. Oh, but speaking of spaceships, Fantasy Flight. They were showing off
Yes.
a lot of new stuff.
They so when you go to Gen Con and like Fantasy Flight has this because they have a lot of IPs. They do a lot of games. They
Yeah.
have a huge space, and you can get demos of everything. But the glass cases have blank spots, and you don't know what they are until they do uh, their annual press brief at Gen Con. So the few new items this year for Fantasy Flight games. Uh, New Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Star Wars miniatures. Yeah, miniatures game. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. So spaceship wise, they had Armada.
Right.
So you can do the capital ships and fight
It's
those.
looking like kind of like Attack
Dreadfleet.
Wing with Star Wars.
Yeah. Like the movement counter reminds me a little bit of Dreadfleet because of how you can angle it in certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
The demo I was watching, because it was packed. At the demo I was watching, the guy took his Star Destroyer into one of the frigates. He's like, he's like all or nothing.
A Star Destroyer should be able to handle a frigate without much trouble.
And then they have the Star Wars. I forget what it's called. And you'll probably see news about it here soon. But it's actual like a miniatures board game.
Yes, we have seen that. It's got a couple of different modes that you can play it in.
Yep, you could do the campaign mode where one person is Imperials, the other people are rebels, and uh, the Imperials have secret missions. Rebels have to figure it out and try to stop them. Or you can do the like arena style game where you can have two Jedi fighting each other.
Mhm.
All the miniatures are not pre-painted, so you can paint your own. Comes with an ATST. So if nothing else, having an ATST on your desk at work with Luke and Vader going at it underneath it.
Underneath it, on top of it, sir.
Mid-flight, I mean, it's all up to you.
All right, so let's pull you away from Gen Con here for just a minute and try and get things wrapped up for everybody.
All right. So yes, tell me what I missed this week.
All right, so the big news you missed this week: Grey Knights are here. They're coming back to Titan, and it turns out the place is a little emptier than when we last saw it. We were last there. So GW promised us, they swore up and down that the reduced size codex that we had all seen from Space Wolves was not what was really happening. Turns out it's what's really happening. So they stripped out assassins, they rebalanced a few points, pulled out Odor and the other guy. So Odor, Kodor, whatever they are. And
Mordrak. Yeah,
and Mordor.
Mordrak and Thawne. From the rumors, are not going to be in it because there's no miniatures. And you could bash them anyways, regardless, but I guess you can't do that anymore. Inquisitors are not in the book anymore. I did see that data slates for assassins, so whoop-dee on that.
Yeah. So, and here's the big question for you, for those of you who don't know, Wild Chevy is a avid Grey Knight player. He's got them all in pewter, because screw you, plastic. Here's the big question.
Well,
Will you be playing?
I just dropped my wiki.
And he's in 5 pieces now.
No, he's a plastic, so he's good to go. I will pick up the Codex. Hopefully, maybe there'll be some new kits. I will always got the shiny syndrome, as my bed full of stuff here can contest. The wall behind me can contest. I really want to see what it is. I saw like $60 for a 10-man box Strike Squad. I believe the last one was only 5-man, so that's a nice little boost. Hopefully we'll see something new.
Yeah. So we'll see here. We should be getting, from the sound of it, it's only going to be a 1-week release, and then they're moving on to fantasy. But who cares about fantasy? But they're getting stuff in. We're still a month out. You could bring the new Codex of Grey Knights to Feast of Blades.
Yeah, I could.
So, we can definitely hook you up with a partner for the doubles tournament.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
All right. That's it for tonight. We've got a lot of links and we've got a lot more content. We're going to have videos and pictures and maybe a few pics. Maybe I'll talk to the Geek Garage guys and we'll get Alan passed out on a couch or something. So I'm sure that there's some good pictures of you.
Nope. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Like if you like this. put a comment down below. Tell us what you like, think. We really love to hear the feedback. Share this with your friends. We're going to be sharing this on different sites. We'd love to hear your comments there too. Keep an eye out on the site and on the blog. I'll be putting out content all week as soon as I get it all sorted out.
And you get
And
over your hangover.
yeah, I'm not even sure what time zone I'm in right now. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Wild Chevy, joined by...
And I'm Casey Roberts, a.k.a. the Rocket Yeti.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.